Double take when you walk by. You pass someone, and 2 seconds later, they turn around like, "Wait, what was that?" You might not even notice it, but trust me, it happens. Hot people create delayed impact. People need an extra second to process what they just saw, but don't confuse it with, "Ugh, what was that?" You get compliments on weird things. "Your hands are so elegant. I love your ears." If people are complimenting random body parts, they're just finding excuses to say, "You look good." Nobody compliments ugly ears. Meanwhile, if someone says, "You have a great personality," sorry, you are not in the hot people club. People's pupils dilate. Ever noticed someone's eyes looking bigger when they talk to you? That's because pupil dilation is an automatic response to attraction. The brain releases dopamine, making the pupils expand. If their eyes keep getting wider around you, they're either completely into you or just got their prescription way too strong. Nervous behavior. Attraction activates the nervous system, meaning people fidget, touch their face, fix their clothes, or even sweat around you. Blushing happens when blood vessels dilate from increased adrenaline. So if someone suddenly rubs their neck, plays with their hair, or turns red like a stop sign, they're either madly into you or you might want to call 911. People hold eye contact slightly longer with you. On average, comfortable eye contact lasts 3 to 5 seconds, but when someone finds you attractive, they either hold it a little longer because they're hooked, or look away too quickly because they're nervous. Either way, if the eye contact feels different, their brain is reacting to your looks. Now you just have to figure out which of the two options it is. People try to impress you. Suddenly, everyone's a stand-up comedian, a millionaire, or a deep philosopher. Someone hears you like coffee and now they're an expert on Colombian beans. If people go out of their way to flex around you, whether it's their knowledge, their car, or their non-existent gym routine, it's because they think you're worth impressing. People mirror your movements. Watch closely. Do people copy your gestures, tone, or posture when they talk to you? This is called the chameleon effect, a subconscious behavior where we mimic those we find attractive. If someone leans in when you lean in, touches their face when you do, or copies your slang, then you're probably good looking. People try to set you up. "I have this friend. You two would be perfect." Nobody is setting up not that well-looking people that much. When you're hot, people want to see you matched with someone equally attractive. Meanwhile, average people have to beg their friends to introduce them to someone decent. People's voices change. When someone finds you attractive, their voice subtly shifts. Men tend to drop their pitch to sound more dominant, while women soften their tone to sound more feminine. If someone's voice randomly switches mid-conversation, especially getting deeper or more playful, you might be triggering their flirt mode. Expose certain body parts. When people are attracted to someone, they subconsciously expose their wrists, neck, or palms, a sign of trust. If someone tilts their head, brushes their hair back, or keeps their wrists visible around you, their body is basically saying, "I like you, and here's my weak spot." Strangers find excuses to talk to you. You're standing in line, and someone suddenly has to know what brand of shoes you're wearing. You drop something, and 5 people rush to pick it up. When you're attractive, people just need an excuse to interact. Meanwhile, people like me can straight up ask for help and get ignored. Their feet point toward you. Psychologists say feet don't lie. If someone's feet are always pointed at you in a group, that's a big subconscious clue. We naturally face what we're most focused on. So if their feet stay locked in your direction, even while they're talking to someone else, they're mentally locked onto you. People fix their appearance around you. When someone fixes their hair, adjusts their clothes, or checks their reflection around you, it's not random. It's a sign they care how they look around you. People act weird around you. Some get nervous, some get weirdly mean, some pretend you don't exist, but you catch them sneaking glances. If someone randomly trips, stutters, or laughs too hard at your bad joke, they're probably into you. And if they roast you for no reason, that's just their brain panicking. People accidentally touch you. You're telling a story and suddenly someone's touching your arm like your old friends. A casual hand on your back? A way too long handshake? Some people are just touchy, but if it happens a lot, they're checking if you feel as good as you look. People are shocked when you're single. The moment you say, "Yeah, I'm single," people react like you just announced you have a rare disease. How? But you're so attractive. As if dating success is purely based on looks. Meanwhile, ugly people are out here in stable relationships, proving once again, hotness doesn't fix bad luck. People remember you for long. You met them once, briefly, ages ago, and somehow they remember everything about you. "Oh yeah, we met at that concert in 2004. You wore a black shirt." Meanwhile, you can't even remember what you had for dinner yesterday. Hot people leave a lasting impression, even when they're forgetful themselves. You get free stuff for no reason. Cashiers give you discounts, bartenders give you extra shots. Random people offer you things just because. No, the universe isn't that kind. It's just that attractive people trigger generosity. Meanwhile, us average-looking folks are paying full price. Life isn't fair, but hey, enjoy the perks. Even small efforts look good on you. You roll out of bed, throw on some random clothes, and somehow people still say, "You look great today." Meanwhile, an average person spends an hour getting ready just to hear, "You look awake." If messy hair and sweatpants still work for you, yeah, you're genetically blessed. You're photogenic without trying. Your friends take a random group photo, and while everyone else looks like a disaster, you somehow look like you planned a whole photo shoot. People complain about needing the perfect angle, the best lighting. Meanwhile, your face just works. At this point, you're playing life with cheat codes. You're used for cheerleader effect. Your friends always insist you stand in the middle. You're the go-to for selfies because apparently you balance out the group. If people consistently place you in the prime photo spot, it's not random, it's strategic. They know you'll make the whole squad look better. It's called the cheerleader effect. People apologize for cursing around you. You didn't ask them to. You're not even offended. You might even use worse words yourself. Yet people randomly go, "Oops, sorry for swearing," like you're some royal figure who shouldn't hear bad words. It's not about manners, it's because attractive people radiate class, even in sweatpants. You can get away with being awkward. You say something weird, and instead of cringing, people find it charming. You spill your drink, and somehow it's cute. When attractive people do something awkward, it's endearing. When I do the same, it's embarrassing. It's not fair, but hey, use your power wisely. People copy your style. You buy a jacket, and suddenly, everyone is rocking the same look. Your new mullet? Trendy. Your way of talking? Adopted by all your friends. Some people just set trends without trying. Meanwhile, others wear something cool and people assume it was on sale. Strangers react strongly to your presence. You walk into a room, and suddenly, people notice. Conversations shift, glances are exchanged. Someone suddenly adjusts their posture. When attractive people enter, the atmosphere changes because everyone subconsciously registers good looks. Meanwhile, I enter and nothing happens. People try to neg you. Some people, instead of complimenting you, try to downplay your looks. You're not even that hot. You'd be perfect if your nose was smaller. But somehow, nobody negs unattractive people. If someone feels the need to bring you down, it's because your looks make them insecure, and they're pretty toxic. People overcompliment your personality. If you're hot, people will swear you're so interesting and so funny, even when you just said, "I like turtles." Being attractive makes people perceive you as cooler than you actually are. Friends ask you to be their wingman. You go out with friends and somehow they expect you to attract people to the group. Just stand there and look good. You're basically the bait because they know your presence boosts their dating odds. You're not even flirting, you're just existing and somehow it works. You rarely have to chase people. You don't do the chasing. People come to you. You could show minimal effort and somehow you're still the one being pursued. Meanwhile, others are writing novels in DMs just to be left on scene. If relationships or situationships tend to fall into your lap, your face is doing the work. People are shocked if you have insecurities. Say, "I don't like my left ear." Suddenly, people react like you've just insulted a national treasure. What? Your left ear is literally perfect. The more attractive you are, the more people refuse to believe you have any flaws. Meanwhile, others say the same thing and everyone just nods. People assume you're high maintenance. You could be the most low-effort person alive, surviving on instant soups, but because you look good, people assume you spend hours getting ready. Oh, you probably have a 10-step skincare routine. Nah, dude, just soap and genetics. People fake interests just to connect with you. You mention liking Riley Green, and suddenly they're such a huge fan. You say you like spelunking, and suddenly they do too, even though they've never even heard of it. People will pretend to share your interests just to get closer, because being attractive makes them want to be your type. Their blink rate increases around you. When someone likes what they see, their blink rate goes up, a natural response to excitement. Their brain is basically saying, "More visuals, please." So if someone starts blinking at you like they're sending a message in Morse code, you know what's up. Their eyebrows raise when they see you. It's called the eyebrow flash, a quick, automatic lift of the brows when someone is excited to see you. It's a universal sign of attraction. They hold objects in front of you like a shield. Attraction can make people feel exposed, so they might subconsciously place a drink, bag, or phone between you as a barrier. It's their brain's way of saying, "Stay cool, don't make it obvious." But if they start moving those barriers away, they're getting comfortable, maybe with you. People stand closer to you than necessary. Everyone likes their personal space, until they don't. If someone stands closer than necessary, leans in when they talk, or forgets to step back, they're either really into you or trying to see how much they can get away with. Either way, you've got their attention. They tilt their head when you talk. Tilting the head exposes the neck, a subconscious sign of trust and attraction. It's the body's way of saying, "I'm interested, keep talking." If someone tilts their head while locking eyes with you, they're not just listening, they're fully dialed in. They touch their throat or collarbone. The throat and collarbone are sensitive areas, and touching them is a subconscious sign of nervous excitement or attraction. This often appears as brushing the neck, adjusting the collar, or fidgeting with jewelry. Their nostrils flare slightly. Sounds weird, but it's real. Attraction makes people breathe deeper, which can widen the nostrils slightly. It's an automatic gearing up response, like the body preparing for action. If someone's nostrils flare when they see you, they're either into you or you don't smell the best. People get jealous, even strangers. Ever had someone instantly dislike you for no reason? You didn't steal their job, their money, or their partner. You just exist, and that's enough. Attractive people make insecure people uncomfortable. This usually happens more with women than men, but don't underestimate it. You're treated differently. Ever notice how people are nicer on days you look better? Same person, different outfit, suddenly better service. Hot people get more patience, more compliments, more respect for literally existing. To find out if you're dating a red flag, watch the video you now see on the screen. Thank you for watching.